Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our La Liga career mode. We're back today with episode 16 and we return off the back of beginning season 3 in the previous episode where we made quite a few moves in the summer transfer window and also played our first 2 games of the season where we won both without conceding a single goal. Lots to get through today, including the draw for the Champions League group stage and the end of the summer transfer window, where we still have £85 million to spend in the budget. And so we've got just under a week until transfer deadline day, where we're still trying to get some deals through. Looks as if El Hilali could be heading to Spurs here. Now, I've just seen Barcelona have rejected the loan that we delegated with them. But as for El Hilali, of course, we've just signed Pedro Porro from Spurs. So I quite like that one, with the Moroccan going the other way for 12 months. Well, we have now seen that deal go through for Omar El Hilali. So he is heading to London to join up with Tottenham on a 12-month loan. Great loan for the Moroccan youngster. Well, interestingly enough, we've had a bid here for Valeri, and it's interesting because it's RB Leipzig who have put the bid in, and of course they met his release clause, I think in January of season 1. And we ended up negotiating with Valeri and keeping the Spaniard here. But I said last season, I'm happy to let him go. But we've actually got a game on transfer deadline day. So before we close out the summer window, where we could see Valeri depart to Leipzig and potentially a few incomings as well, we will travel to take on Espanyol away from home, looking to make it 3 wins from 3 to kick off the La Liga campaign. Vamos, Girona. So we know that our team is really solely based off our defence. You know, we do have a lot of goals in Dovbyk and Savio and Zigankov, but mainly built off defence. And so far this season, we are yet to concede. Looking to make that 3 games in a row here. Oh, that's bad news as Savio's gone down. Straight from the off here on match day 3, our Brazilian winger hits the deck, stays down, and that looks like it could be a mid to long term injury. That's the last thing we needed. Yeah, I would not be one bit surprised if it's the old school broken toe injury for Savio. He didn't get up quickly, so I don't think it'll be a bruise. And that is the most common injury that we see, as Luiz is denied, but Fabian is on hand to calmly tap home the rebound. Espanyol have started this first 25 minutes off pretty brightly. We've not really had any clear-cut chances, and Fabian is on hand to give us the lead. Ruiz sits up for him. Fabian Ruiz, oh my goodness. What a strike. And he's saying, Gaffer, I heard little rumours that you might be replacing me in the starting lineup this year. He's taken a lesser squad role as he's now just on a rotation contract. But Fabian Ruiz saying, Gaffer, this is what you'll be missing if you decide to drop me. Second goal of the game, and what an absolute rocket from the Spaniard. Gankov, nice skill. Looks for Savio, diving in. And there's our third. It's taken just 4 minutes in this second half. The wingers combine. Zigankov to Savio, diving in at the back post. Girona have 3 once again, and that's going to be another 3 points in the bag. Jarrell wins it back. Now Paldo off the bench, looking to slide through Dovbyk, and rather amazingly, we lead by 3 goals to 0, and Dovbyk has none of them as his effort rattles the crossbar. Ruiz into Zigankov at the back stick, and still Dovbyk hasn't got one of the goals today. 4-0. Fabian Ruiz with 2 goals and an assist, but Artem Dovbyk with none of them. Montoya. Zigankov Capaldo wins the header. Levi lets fly. Capaldo again. Ruiz holds on to it. Now it's the Argentine. Capaldo is 5 for Girona. He doesn't get many, Capaldo. I think that's just his second or maybe third goal since joining last January. Scored on his debut, I believe. But he may not have notched up since then. It's a great finish by the Argentine. Girona have 5. And there is the whistle here in Barcelona. Espanyol 0, Girona 5. And we really stamped our authority on this game early on with the goals from Fabian Ruiz. And from there, it was just comfortable for Girona. Another clean sheet as well. That's now 3 games played, 3 clean sheets, and 10 goals scored for Girona in those 3 games. None for Dovbyk today, but a 5-0 victory for Girona. Well, as we get back to the office, it's transfer deadline day, and we see that the injury for Savio was just a 5-day bruise, which surprises me. But yeah, hoping this Valeri deal goes through, and then I've got a couple of signings that I would like to make, and I think that might be it there. 18 months after his release clause was met by RB Leipzig, he is finally now off to the Red Bull Arena. I said that I like this guy as a squad player. He's very versatile, but his output was poor last year, and I do think that we can improve. Valeri, thank you for your service, but he is off to Germany. And looking at the squad, that leaves us with 23 players. We've still got no backup keeper, and of course in career mode you can kind of get away without having one, but for realism's sake, obviously, we're sticking to the 25-man squad limit. And there's no way that any team would ever go into a season with just one keeper. So we will look to bring a goalkeeper in. But before we do so, there is one man that I have been wanting to bring in for some time. I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the pronunciation is Oyan Sonse of Athletic Bilbao. Really big fan of this guy. I mean, just look at the green stats everywhere. He is absolutely fantastic. He's so well-rounded. And yeah, I think bringing this guy in, yes, he's more of an attacking player, listed as a CAM, but I think he will be perfect for that left centre mid slot. Obviously, Fabian Ruiz, fantastic performance in the last game, but he is going to turn 30 this year. Sonse is my long-term replacement for him, and his technical attributes are fantastic as well. 89 ball control, 89 dribbling, 89 short pass. I mean, this guy can literally do everything. Bilbao are going to ask for a lot of money, and I'm not really surprised, but we've got over 100 million in the transfer kitty. Let's go and spend it. This is my main guy this season. Yeah, he really is the player that I wanted to bring in. And I was waiting, and now we're finally going to go after him. I'm going to say to Bilbao, 75 million, and oh my goodness, they want 110 million. 85 million, but I have a feeling they're going to say no here. Okay, we need a little time. Well, you've not got too much time because it's bloody transfer deadline day, so hurry up. I mean, I kind of get it from Bilbao. He's a homegrown player, and he's their star man in the Basque region. But come on, lads, at least give me something to work with here. 89 million, that's 20 million over the market valuation. Well, we are slowly getting somewhere, but again, we're going to have to pay probably around 95 million. 90 million, there we go. 90 million for Sonse, plus a 5% sell-on clause. Athletic Bilbao driving a hard bargain for the Basque man. Well, I've just seen that he had 6 years left on his contract, so it's no surprise that Bilbao are really driving a hard bargain. We'll give him a 5-year contract here at Girona. Doesn't want a release clause, which is fine by me, and we will make him one of our highest earners. 65 grand a week, and in fact we'll add a 200 grand signing on bonus. And Sonse says yes. And yeah, I am really excited for this one. I've never used this guy in career mode before, but I know that obviously he's got very high potential and his stats are just absolutely incredible. I can't believe how well-rounded he is. We have overpaid for him slightly by spending 90 million, but we had the money in the transfer budget, so we may as well spend it. So although he is probably better going forward than he is defensively, his defensive stats are still fantastic. 81 stand tackles, 72 defensive awareness and 78 interceptions. High work rates as well, 4-star, 4-star. I am going to convert him back to centre mid as it's only going to take a couple of weeks, but he's still growing as well. I mean, Sonse from Bilbao, what an absolute baller this kid is. I'm buzzing to have him in. And so with 8 hours remaining, that does become the biggest deal of deadline day. Bilbao have splashed some of that money on Richarlison. Not sure how much Basque he's got in him, but that leaves us with 18 million in the budget. So we have still got a decent amount of money left. Obviously, we can only bring in one more player until we've hit the squad maximum number as well. Loads of bids coming in here for Martinez and Gutierrez. Well, I did turn those bids down for Miguel Gutierrez and Arnau Martinez because I have no plans on selling, but I do need a backup keeper heading into the season, and obviously I've got quite a few names on the shortlist. Got some younger goalkeepers, some more advanced goalkeepers, some goalkeepers in their prime. But I'd like to bring this man back to the club. Yassine Bono, of course, moved to Saudi Arabia last summer in real life when obviously all the money was being splashed. The now 34-year-old Moroccan goalkeeper who did have a couple of years at Girona. Obviously, we've brought quite a few players back to the club that played for Girona over the last sort of 5-6 years. And Yassine Bono as a backup keeper and a mentor to Julen, I think is a really good bit of business. Obviously, he's 85 overall, so he's still fantastic, but he will be our number 2. I'm trusting in Julen, and I do think that there will be a time where the ratings flip and Bono will start decreasing. Julen still obviously increasing in rating, and he will take over. But as a mentor, I think Yassine is a great signing. As I say, at 85 overall, he's still fantastic as it is. They want Mateo Joseph, which is not going to happen. I'll go back in with 8.5 million. And Al Hilal have agreed to 8.5 million for the 34-year-old. And the Moroccan looks as if he's heading back to Spain. So Yassine is in, and now we've got a bit of a dilemma with our goalkeepers. Obviously, Julen won the Golden Glove pretty convincingly last year, but Yassine is 3 ratings higher. He's not actually decreasing in his stats just yet, and he has signed a 2-year deal on a crucial squad role. So if he's not starting the majority of games, he is going to get frustrated and most likely hand in a transfer request, but I suppose it's a good dilemma to have when you've got 2 fantastic keepers. Yassine joins and he will provide a great mentor for Julen, who is 10 years younger than the Moroccan. But that will do it for transfer deadline day. We are the biggest spenders on deadline day with that £90 million signing of Oyan Sonse. Victor Boniface has joined West Ham from Bayer Leverkusen for 76.2 million. And Eli Wahi leaving RC Lens to join Chelsea in the Premier League. But as I say, we will sim through the final hour that will take us into September, and we now have our squad set for the upcoming first half of the season. I'm really looking forward to this. Well, I think we've had the draw for the Champions League as we've just had the match rescheduled emails. I'm hoping we're going to see it in the news article, as there it is, Champions League group stage draw. Girona, second year in the competition. We will be facing... Well, we're not there. There we go. Ooh, tough group that. Group G. Napoli, who won the Europa League and the Serie A last year, Olympique Marseille and AEK Athens as well. I think we should have enough to go through the group, but that'll be tough, especially with Napoli, last year's Europa League winners. So our first game outside of the transfer window as we host Almeria in match day 4 of the La Liga season. I'm really liking the way the team is looking with that signing of Sonse in that left centre mid role. Team's looking fantastic. We're playing well. Let's deliver another 3 points here. Vamos, Girona. It's a decent team that this Almeria side have got. You know, I mentioned it before when we faced them, but is a really nice team, and they've caused us some issues in previous games with them, and we never find it easy to beat them. Oh my goodness, Savio, what an effort. The overhead kick off the top of the crossbar, back from his 5-day bruise, and the keeper's not getting close to that. Ordero beaten, and it crashes off the top of the crossbar. Trouble here, shot comes in, Almeria lead, it's Max Bayer, and it's the first goal we've conceded this season. Now Miguel Gutierrez again, Garcia down the side to Zigankov, Centelles to beat, and he comes infield, uses the run of Dovbyk as a decoy. Zigankov tries his luck, and it's pushed away by Ordero, but kept in. Savio, Luiz and Dovbyk. Terrible defending by Mark Pubil down the right-hand side. Trying to prevent the corner, but instead kept the ball on the pitch. Savio nabbed it off him. And Girona have a tap-in for Dovbyk in the middle of the penalty area. Terrible from Mark Pubil. Savio says, thank you very much. Girona back on level terms. Oh, Zigankov nicks that back. Savio has got the pace to get in behind. Savio! Oh, it's wide. Well, he scored really quickly in the second half against Espanyol, but this time, in practically the same minute of the game, fires it wide of the post. Oh, that's a dangerous looking ball. Oh, what a touch by Max Bayer. What a fantastic goal. And the German, for the second time, puts Almeria in front. That is a beautiful first touch. It's not often you see Girona's defence get torn apart. But Max Bayer, on 2 separate occasions, has absolutely taken me apart. That first touch is fantastic. The finish is great as well. And Girona trail once again. Well, I've changed our system and gone 2 up top, and Levi Garcia's on. New hit number for him this year, and oh, well, maybe he should have stuck with number 10. Big opportunity, straight from kickoff, and again it's flashed wide of that far post. Almeria looking for a third that will seal it. It's a great block, but clock is going to run out on Girona. And it's not very often that you see Girona losing, and not at the Montalivi. Almeria have come to the home of the champions and stunned everybody. We were a perfect 3 wins from 3 with 0 goals conceded. But Max Bayer, with 2 goals at the Montalivi, has caused a bit of a stir here. Girona fans not too happy with that performance, and we fall to defeat for the first time this campaign. Well, UD Almeria absolutely flying out of the blocks, both themselves and Real Madrid 4 wins from 4. We're looking to make it 4 wins from 5 here with a victory against Real Betis away from home, who have struggled to kick off the campaign. Vamos, Girona. Well, all you can do after having a setback is just make sure you bounce back in the next game. Disappointing loss at home to Almeria. Oh, I don't believe it. Well, I said we need to bounce back, but Johnny has put Betis in front. Second game in a row, we found ourselves a goal behind. After starting the season off so well and looking like we were going to be in for another defensive record-breaking season, it's now our third goal conceded in just over 90 minutes. And, well, this is not the Girona that we know and love. Todibo, oh, that's poor. That's really poor from Todibo. And Dovbyk just don't miss those. Dovbyk don't miss. Dovbyk don't lie. Fantastic finish from the Ukrainian. No goal in his last two, which to him is considered a goal drought, but he's on the mark here. Ruiz out to Pedrosa. Fullback's committed here. Dovbyk, Garcia, and Santiago Montoya. Oh my goodness. What a goal that would have been from the young man. Comes onto it on his favoured left foot. And again, keeper was beaten. Just flashes past that post. Well, I'd say Girona just getting on top at the end of that first half, but we've got to be wary of the threat that Betis pose. Dovbyk just about keeps hold of it. Montoya into Luiz. Back to Santiago Montoya! First goal for the young man in his professional career. Had a year out on loan at Rayo Vallecano. Didn't get too much game time, but he's come back to his parent club, and I've said to him, I believe in you, son. Santiago drifts into the penalty area. Dougie picks him out, and with the acrobatic bicycle kick, finds the bottom corner, and Girona take the lead for the first time today. First goal for Santiago Montoya. Oh, that's a good ball. Taken in his stride as well by Romo, and Yulin has to make the stop. Ezal Zuli picks up the loose ball. Back to Romo, and again, Yulin there to deny the number 14. Two chances in succession, and Yulin denies him on both occasions. Dovbyk. Oh, what an assist. Santiago. Oh my goodness. Imagine if that had gone in. And that will do it. Real entertaining game that. Real Betis went a goal up and kept on pushing, but it is Girona who managed to battle back to claim all 3 points. The perfect bounce back after our loss to Almeria in the previous game, and a really tough one that, but it's Santiago Montoya's goal that is enough for Girona to narrowly win by 2-1 and keep the pressure on Real Madrid at the top of the league. Well, here we go then. Match day 1 of the Champions League group stage as we welcome Marseille, the French side, to the Montilivi, looking to kick off the group with 3 points. And I always say, you want to get off to a winning start and give yourselves a good chance of making it through to the knockout stages. Looking to do that here. Vamos, Girona. Well, I'll tell you what, Marseille have a really good squad in this save, so do not write them off as challenging for not even just qualification, but top spot in this group. Is going to be a really close run affair, I think, between ourselves, Marseille, and Napoli as well, as all three teams pretty evenly matched. Zigankov swings the corner and looking for Krejci, and he's such a big threat from those set pieces. 6'3" is the big Czech Republic defender, and Zigankov picks him out from the corner, and Ladislav has his first goal for the club in just, I think, his second or maybe third appearance. Certainly his first start, and certainly his first goal. Well, into the last minute, Arnau gets something on it, and there is the whistle. Second half was by no means a classic, but Girona do hold on for 3 points in match day 1 of the Champions League. A clean sheet for Yacine on his return to the Montilivi, and the perfect start to the Champions League group stage for Girona. This is the competition that I really want to do well in this year. Yes, another La Liga trophy would be lovely, another Copa del Rey would be great, but it's the Champions League that we're yet to win that we've got our eyes set on. Well, we will close out today's episode with this visit of CD Tenerife to the Montelivi, but it's UD Almeria setting the early pace in La Liga this season, hoping for another win here to move us level on points with them as they travel to the new camp. Vamos, Girona. Alex Garcia over the top for Sonse to run onto. Sonse, brilliant run, and he's not going to miss that chance. Second goal of the season for Sonse, first in a Girona shirt. He did notch up for Athletic Bilbao before his move here, but defenders were getting back and scrambling back at him, but he had the composure to take his time, bring the ball inside, and he was never going to miss the target once he got into that position. First goal in Girona colours, and Oyan Sonse gives us the lead here at the Montelivi. Tenerife coming forward here. Couto has two to deal with down that side. It's drilled into the middle. Oh, I don't believe it. Third game in a row, we failed to keep a clean sheet. And we just cannot keep the ball out of our net at the moment. Only conceded 16 in the whole of the league campaign last year. We've already conceded 4 in our opening 6 games. Mosquera into Sonse. Now Savio and Pedrosa, who's in today, storming down the left on the overlap. Pedrosa does well. Dougie finds Santiago Montoya. It's a great save, and we can't force the ball over the line. Luis does well. Now Sonse can bring it away for Girona. Garcia, and look at the space for Santiago Montoya. Racing away down the right. Cuts in, and Savio is denied. Savio's corner. Looking for Dovbyk. And Artem is back on the score sheet. 2-2 in the league for Dovbyk. He's such a threat from those set pieces. And Girona do restore their lead. We've not played particularly well today, but it does look, with 10 minutes to play, as if we are going to find that winning goal and pick up all 3 points. Well, there is the whistle, and as I say, it was not convincing by any means. Girona haven't quite been at their best in the opening stages of this campaign, but we do continue to find a way to win. Took a late Dovbyk goal from a corner to give us the victory here. And Tenerife so close to claiming a vital point, but it is Girona who pick up all 3. We'll see if that moves us top or not, depending on other results, but a nice way to end today's episode. Well, that is where we will leave it for today, guys. A slightly shorter one, but still lots of content crammed in with the end of the transfer window with 2 big new signings. We also had the draw for the Champions League group stage and our first game in the competition this season as well, but this is where we will leave it. Currently 3 teams on 15 points. Barcelona just a further 2 behind as well. Are we in for another really tight La Liga season that could have multiple teams gunning for the league title? I hope so, because it makes it more exciting when there's multiple teams that can win it rather than just running away with it. But guys, that will do it for today's episode. We'll be back in the next one for part 1 of Sloggy Season as we play through October and half of November as well. Lots of games to come in the next one, so you don't want to miss it. I'll catch you for it very soon, and peace.